Good morning, YouTubers. This is NASCAR Man 3345 and with our mid-morning break room chat. How is everybody doing today? Good morning, YouTubers. This is NASCAR Man 3345. Mid-morning break room chat. How is everybody doing today? Good morning, YouTubers. This is NASCAR. That has to be somebody.
I think it was me that time, guys. My fault.
Rookie move again.
No, it wasn't Rookie. You were playing it that way. That's the remix.
Yeah.
Trying to change things up a little bit.
So we have the whole crew here today.
Yep.
We have the whole crew here today. And Mr. Tommy will be on the road, but he will be with us. So going from my left to my right, I'm going to start with Mr. Anthony. You're up.
What's up, guys? My name is Anthony. I have a YouTube channel called Pittsburgh. I do a lot of reselling stuff, going to garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, different thrift stores such as the Goodwill bins. And yeah, I do mainly eBay as a selling platform. I also do flea markets and local sales as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, next up, Master Splinter, Mr. Landshark Picker.
Oh, that's me. Hey, my name is Craig. My channel is Landshark Picker. Sell on eBay primarily, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, and today is the first day I'm not going to mention that other site that I've mentioned every morning that I don't belong, so it's unmentionable this morning. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah.
But Facebook Marketplace primarily exercise equipment and large items that I don't want to ship on eBay. So,
awesome.
Welcome everybody
for coming in. Mr. Tommy.
Hello, all. I can't see chat this morning, so you guys are going to have to help me out with that if anybody is trying to say anything specifically to me. So I'll just say hello to whoever's in there. I can't see who's in there. But I'm Tommy. I also have a channel, The Bargain Effect. Do eBay, Macari are my two primary sites. Also sell a little bit at the flea market. Also have the unmentionable site.
We're going to get to the point where we're don't even not mention it.
Right. But just doing the everyday grind, man, in the reseller world.
Good deal.
Good deal, my man. And of course, everybody knows me, Mr. NASCAR Man 3345. I do yard sales, flea markets, eBay, and toy shows, and pretty much we have my racing on Friday nights and my auction on Monday nights. So everybody's in here usually knows everybody. What I do is I let everybody who is in, if you do want to put your links in to a certain extent, everyone. I mean, don't keep on killing it with one single link, but we're going to let everybody enjoy it. This is mainly like you've seen the past couple of days, we just let the chat run with it. Today is spending the right amount of money on sourcing and everything. But if anybody else has anything else that they wanted to ask, they can definitely go in and ask in the chat. Want to welcome, of course, Pittsburgh. Rusted Raccoon is here. LSP, Eric Bershoff, Donatella, good morning. Mr. Joe, good morning, buddy. I'm glad you're there. We'll talk to you later on. Cliff, Boondock Buy-Sell, stuff from Sally. So want to thank everybody for coming in. Miss Jennifer Hayes. So, and Lisa C just came in. And Diane Matthews. Well, like I said, guys, it's like free will. It's like you're in a break room at work, and when you come in oh my God, this is what happened last night, at what TV show or so we went shopping last night. This is how we run the show. Like Craig says, we started on his channel. Today it's going to be on mine. Tomorrow it's going to be on the Bargain Effects. And on Friday it's going to be on Pittsburgh's Mr. Anthony. So,
yep.
So how was your day for sales, guys, yesterday?
Go ahead.
Good. I was just going to say yesterday was okay. I had 5 sales, but one of them, the person wanted to cancel. So I canceled it. But I'm believing that I'm going to get a lot more because I've been trying to really pick up the listing lately. One thing that I'm kind of in the middle of a curve with is kind of balancing the YouTube eBay equation. Now that I've bumped up to 7 days plus like extra videos on YouTube, trying to balance all that editing / time I'm spending on YouTube with my listing time. So I've ended up listing less as a result. So I'm trying to kind of balance that out now. But I mean, it's still going all right. I still have like 1,200 plus listings, and they're still selling through. But
that's good.
It's one of those things I'm trying to work out.
You mean listing stuff has a direct impact on how much I sell?
Yeah, surprisingly, it does.
I am a specific proof of that. I listed about 10 or 12 items yesterday, and one, there's a bunch of Nintendo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 Wii consoles. I sat down and tested. I had about 12 Wii remotes and stuff like that, and sold a grouping of 2 of the black remotes for like $40 shipped, just 2 of them.
Nice.
And they've just been sitting in a box. I'm like, it's dumbfounding, you just got money sitting there, and it's hard to believe that I know listing is the hardest part of this job, and it's the stuff that everybody hates.
Problem right now, Wii's just sitting in a box.
Yeah. But it's just money sitting there, and it's hard to get in that mindset of, I'm wasting money by letting it sit there.
Yeah.
It's hard to, like you're talking about balancing your time, it's tough, but you would think that it would be easier to prioritize those things that have a direct impact on my income.
Yeah.
But,
especially with family, kids, then trying to do this. Yeah, those are money. Lisa C says they're not death piles, they're money piles.
Exactly. I mean, and that's a good point, because it wouldn't be in my pile if I didn't think it had value.
Yep.
Right.
Unless it was just a leftover out of a bulk buy that was, and I've gotten caught in that in the past. Sometimes you buy something at auction, you buy a big lot, and you obviously you're going to have 4 or 5 things at least that are going to, get your money back. But then you got all those little extra smalls that are onesie twosie things. I get in the mindset sometimes of trying to just list every one of those items, and I think I've got to get better at saying, okay, that's a $8 or $10 item. I just need to set it aside, redonate it, do something with it if I've made enough money on the whole lot,
Right. That's how we ended up with our flea market shed, is from the auctions like that. You bid on a lot because of a few items or a couple items that are worth something on eBay, but you end up with all the other stuff. And we ended up getting our flea market shed just to liquidate that out. But now we're actually giving that up because those little liquidation items, I'd rather apply that 8 to 12 hours that I'm sitting at the flea market 2 days a week to listing on eBay. It'd be a better turn, and I have no overhead. I don't have to pay storage fees at the flea market.
Right. And I think we touched on that yesterday, either yesterday or the day before, talking about where is my time best spent sometimes, am I better off spending 2 hours listing? Is it better, an hour sourcing? It's tough. It's tough to figure that out sometimes.
That's why I usually on Saturdays and Sundays during the summer, those are the sourcing days, and then the rest of the week will be setting everything up and getting it listed and getting it online. Because weekdays it's a little bit easier when the kids aren't around, and just I get the time that I can hit all that, unless I have classes I got to do. But the weekends, that's the dedicated time, and I'm getting to the point now that I won't, because the Goodwill is too far away from me to go to every couple of days, and the Savers near me their prices are starting to skyrocket. So it's sourcing's the best bet, is just going to the flea markets and the yard sales.
Yeah, I wish my thrift stores were not convenient. They're too convenient, I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm like 3 to 4 minutes both ways. I've got one. I'm sorry, that's my Walmart's. Both of my thrift stores are less than 5 minutes away south of me.
Mm-hmm.
I can hit 2, and I'm like, that's too easy. I got to the point where I'd spend hours up there because one of them brings stuff out just constantly throughout the day.
Yeah, for sure. I had to pretty much have Ash forcibly not allow me to go to the bins the other day, even on her birthday. So we were in the same town the bins are in. Then I start scratching because I know the bins are like so close. I can taste them.
Sounds like a disease to me.
Yeah, it does.
Pretty much is. I mean, like once you get to a point of every time you go somewhere, you're making good money. You know, it's hard not to go there, especially when you're right next to them.
Right. For sure.
We've had a couple of people jump in. Lisa C says hi. Mind Garden, and of course, the infamous link dropper, Miss Destiny Shamrock Pixie, just came in.
Nice. Welcome.
Hey, fellas, I actually got to go to run her to her appointment, but it's only like 8 minutes.
Oh, you're fine.
You're fine.
We'll hold it now.
I'll jump back in.
Okay,
right.
cool.
See you guys in a bit.
All right, man.
Yeah. Lisa says you're a sauceaholic.
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, I think we have to find Tommy. If he's going to jump off, we got to find him $35.
Yeah.
Should we send that to the Land Shark Picker PayPal?
I think we can split it up. You know, $30. That's about $4 a piece.
Yeah. Donna told me she misses going to the bins. My bins are 2.5 hours away from me, so it's not really in. Literally, that bins covers Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and most of Mass. So, you know, you're not going to get much when you go up there.
In all those 3 states, that's like 100 miles combined, right?
No.
Not even 100 miles.
Massachusetts is really big.
Yeah, I keep trying to pitch Goodwill on
Yeah.
taking over this Kmart that just shut down in my town. And
Really?
I think an Ollie's is going to end up taking it over. But I would love to, you know, because they're doing pop-up shops now. And the one I go to most frequently is a pop-up shop because it's the closest to me.
Right.
And so I just keep pitching this Kmart. Like, come on, guys, it's huge. Like, you have plenty of space, opportunity. You have buyers out there that don't have anything like that in the area. But I don't know. I'm just not getting any traction with them. I've like called their corporate. I've sent emails. I've even talked to like other people at their stores. They just keep saying call corporate.
Wow.
But yeah, I think
more
should be at least the pop-up shop should be more like prevalent in more areas. I think.
Right. The closest.
Are you talking more of a boutique or because they have 3 different aspects, don't they? I've seen one that's just all books.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to one like maybe 2 months ago. It's the first time I ever been in a Goodwill boutique, and it was basically all higher end items. And if you think Goodwill's expensive, you'll really think the boutique's expensive.
Huh.
At least that was my.
Hey, the Tattoo Toy Hunter came in. I don't know if anybody knows the Tattoo Toy Hunter. That is Kevin. He is from Corpus Christi, Texas. Great guy. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, really cool. He does a lot of toy shops and does a lot of old toys. He's an EMT, so he works on rescue, ambulance service. So if you like that type of stuff, go to his channel. He's a really good guy. So, and good morning, Miss Rebecca and Miss D. Now D's just saying that her Kmart is becoming a Goodwill. So it might be taking your ideas.
Most of those Kmart stores are good size.
Yeah.
You know, they were the first. Because Kmart was out before Walmart.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
But no, our Goodwill outlets, we've got very little in the Birmingham proper area. We've got very little Goodwill. When I say Goodwill, I mean the brand Goodwill, not just thrift stores in general. You know, some people call Goodwill just thrift stores in general. We've got Salvation Armies, other privately owned, but I think we only got one Goodwill proper, and the closest bins I have is either 3 hours south or 3.5 hours north.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. They need to do a little more with what, like you said, they're coming up with pop-up shops, but
yeah, outside of the pop-up, I'm about 50, 60 minutes from the closest bins.
Mo Flips has a question. I have a starter store. How many free listings do I get? He has 112 listings now.
Is the starter store 25? I'll have to check. I
I
don't know.
25. Yeah.
eBay. I'll check it real quick. eBay starter store. That's a good question.
I know it's
pretty
25, and then you have to ask. You have to call them and ask for more, and they'll give them to you. But
it's $7.99. Choosing the right store. Okay, here we go.
Anthony, Rebecca's asking you a question.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up.
Yeah.
It doesn't
She
say.
asked me a question about Pokemon cards this morning. I'm assuming this is it, Rebecca. If it's not, then just type in the chat what it was. She said, "Do you have them listed at $1.58 plus shipping, or does that include shipping?" So I have some cards that I've had listed since before I even opened my store that are like $1, $2, super cheap, which I probably should have lotted, but at the time, you know what I mean. I wasn't doing this as like a business or anything, so I just listed them for what I thought I can get money for. And I don't charge shipping on most cards. I just throw a postage stamp on an envelope and send it in the mail that way. So it's super cheap. It's like cost me 55 cents. So for this example, I made like $1 on them. It was a play set of cards, which at the flea market I would charge $0.25 for. So I basically end up getting $0.25 a piece through eBay that way, minus the fee or whatever. But yeah, I mean, they're very lightweight. What I don't know if you saw the reply I did to that comment. I'm going to eventually start a second store just for trading cards and stuff like that, because it does affect my store not providing tracking. That's right. The one thing keeping me from being a top-rated seller on eBay right now is not providing the tracking number. But if I would provide the tracking number, I'd end up losing money on each one of those small sales.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same. I've got stacks of cards. Either I just need to bulk lot them, but there's some items that sell better as individual. And if you look at it out there at all the comps on cards, whether it's Magic or sports stuff or whatever, they're always like 99-cent shipping or free shipping on a $2 item. Mm-hmm. I think that's just the given, in that market.
Yeah, for sure.
Tamara Augustino says she lives in New York, northern New York, and it's 3 hours to her closest Goodwill unless she goes into Canada.
Oh wow,
that's I don't know what I mean. They try to say that they're trying to help everybody, but when you find stores 5-6 hours away from each other, how is that helping people? You guys have a Habitat for Humanity near you?
We do.
I do. Yeah, I have one like literally right down the street from where I live.
Is there their store is what? Restore? That's what ours is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a lot of construction contractor type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of furniture and stuff out by me. I don't really, honestly, I don't shop there that much because I don't find that good deals when I go in there.
Not to change the subject, but Ken Mo Flips, the starter store looks like it starts with 50 free listings.
And Tommy said something about looking at his dashboard, and that's
over in the far right hand side, down towards the bottom, it should tell you how many you've used out of your free listings.
Yep.
Yeah. So many out of so many. I've bought about 2 or 3 things at our restore. I've got one over here, I think, and I haven't really had a very good luck selling through them. I had them up on Amazon for a while. It's a pocket door pull.
Okay. Yep.
They were 75 cents a piece. I think I got about $12 on Amazon when I had them up there.
Wow.
But I don't know if they were discolored. The packaging, it's been sitting for a while, so it's a little discolored. But when I sent them in originally, I had them all cleaned up. I don't know if the finish on the actual item is not what it should be or what, but I had about 2 or 3 returns out of about 15 sales. I'm like, I'm pulling them down. I'll sell them on eBay.
Right.
I think I've got about 50 or 60 of them.
I've seen a lot of people mentioning about the free listings eBay gives. A lot of times they'll do those promotions where they want to try to get certain items listed. So they'll send you promotions like, hey, you can list X amount of free. What I've noticed with eBay, if you call them, right now I have like the Premier store, the $60 a month store. And if you call them, they'll keep giving you boosts on your number of listings. They'll give you boosts on the amount, like dollar-wise, you can list as well. So I don't know if anyone's taken advantage of that, but they're very accommodating because they want to make the money off the stuff you're selling.
Right.
Right.
Got a couple of people jump in. Kelly, the ecom mom, good morning. Tamara, good morning. Zach Gidry.
Yep.
And, I think Cliff was already here earlier when we said our hello earlier.
Yep.
So, Siosa Sales, good morning again. I don't know if she was in there or they were in there earlier.
She just popped in a little while ago. Yep. Considering flipping my on-conference call page over to people who stop asking me to work during this hour.
Nice.
See, we're good. Yep. That's a loyal one right there, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. Tamara says, go to your dashboard on eBay and tell you how many free listings you get. Well, you know, saying it's a free listing is kind of misleading because you're just paying for those up front, you know, with your monthly fee.
Right.
Because the starter store is what, like $4.99, $5.99, something
like that. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we consider them free, but we just pay for them up front, and you pay a reduced rate probably.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Christy Lee. Thank you for coming in. So, Neville, one of our friends from Australia. How you doing this morning, Neville? I didn't see you in the chat this morning with Edward and Rob. That's Pomey's name is Rob.
Okay, I never caught it. I've messaged him a couple of times on Instagram, but we've never exchanged names. I guess they did something to get Hangouts working because they were back in the Hangouts.
Yeah, they got it working today. It was Andrew was using OBS for a little bit. It was all right. It was choppy,
right?
But I think he said he's going to tweak it a little bit more, and it was a good show.
Yeah, Ken. Mo Flips is Ken, right?
Yes.
2 days in a row, I got his name right. Good deal. I don't think you can see that information on the phone.
Yeah, I don't think you can either.
And that's frustrating. You should be able to run your whole business, eBay business, off of a phone and get the same information that I get off a browser. You know, I know that's some challenges from a screen real estate and programming and all that, but it's frustrating because I know Mo specifically runs his specifically from his phone only. And he shouldn't be limited.
Have different tabs, you know. Just have a different tab. You hit that to go to see what you have here, and you know. But
I'm going to share my screen so I can show him exactly what it's going to look like when he goes to look for it.
You haven't paid the screen sharing subscription service yet, so I don't know if you can do that.
It's $5 a time.
I don't know if you guys can see that if my screen's being shared, but it's going to be right here in this area, right down here. And as far as limits go, I should have 1,000 I can list per month, but right now they got me boosted up to 3,230 or $42,000 in dollars I can list.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So now just to figure out how to unshare my screen.
It says it up top. It'll be a green button, and it says stop.
I think I got it. Cool.
No more sharing. Sharing is caring, though, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed your Bible study yesterday. I was in there majority of the time.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It was good to listen. If anybody in the chat has not checked it out and you're into that, Anthony does a Bible study Tuesday, 1 o'clock. Is that right? 2 o'clock.
1 o'clock your time, yeah. 2 o'clock Eastern.
2 o'clock Eastern on Pittsburgh. Y'all check it out. A lot of fun. But any big plans for today?
Honestly, today is just going to be a listing day because I've been so busy all week, and my wife actually got called off of work yesterday, so I was planning to do a big listing day yesterday. And when she's home, like she likes to spend time with me.
Yeah.
Right.
So I did some listing yesterday. I maybe did like 20, 25 items, and then I like basically just phoned it in and hung out with her the rest of the day.
So y'all watch Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix and chilled.
Nothing wrong with that. Family comes first, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Christy Lee is asking, are we all full time?
I am.
Yep.
Yep. Christy, that's a new name in the chat. And I apologize if you've been in before. I just don't recognize it.
Right.
Where are you from? What do you do? I think I'm gonna do the same. I finally got my area back there cleaned off enough where I can jump over there and list without having to move a bunch of stuff. So that helped me yesterday, for sure. Yeah, Cliff, good point. Without sharing, a lot of us wouldn't be here. Exactly.
Yep. Oh, Lisa, she cleaned the carpets yesterday since she got called off of work. Before I even got up, she already had the entire downstairs carpets cleaned. And then while I was on this morning show yesterday on Craig's channel, she cleaned the upstairs. So yeah, she loves it. It worked really good for her.
Cool.
Tommy's back.
Tommy, we determined that because you left, you're going to get a $35 fine. $12 to Anthony, 12 to Derek, and 12 to me. And we're going to take that as a
home and get listed then.
we're going to take that as a challenge. We're each going to take those $12 and see how much we can make off the $12.
There you go.
There you go. That'd be a fun challenge.
I'm just kidding.
How long do we have to turn it?
3 hours.
3 hours.
And it has to be something that's legal. Legal and ethical.
Yeah.
Christy Lee says she's from Washington, part-time eBay and part-time work in retail.
Nice. Is that
And, yes, Lisa, yes, you women love their toys too. We're just leaving it at that.
I think she's talking about Ashley's rug scrubber.
Yeah, no, but I understand that. But,
get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know if it ever comes out of the gutter, but just, you know.
Well, who was it yesterday? I was on when we did the quick auction with Donatella yesterday.
Right.
And she pulled out a pair of bra and panties, and somebody said in the chat, they're like, "Oh, there's a black pair over there, Derek. You look good in." I'm like, "What?"
That was a sparkly pair. I was there.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna grab the list. I got plenty of stuff, and I shouldn't be so picky about what I grab. But
that was the question I got for you guys. Like, okay, we all have piles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you decide you're going to start digging into the pile, do you just grab what's on top? Do you try to list your higher value items first? Do you try to list the items that are a pain first? What's your strategy when you go to attack your pile?
I don't have one, and I think that's the problem.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
I try to strategize. Normally, I list the stuff that excites me first. Then I list the stuff that's easy, like anything with a barcode that goes next. And then after that, I'll pretty much list the stuff that's closest to me. I do find that I tend to leave stuff that needs testing to last, or stuff that I just am not interested in, or like I have a bunch of stuff I took in on consignment that like literally I told the person like this is like my bottom priority to list. After I get through like mine, and I sent a picture like, look, this is everything I have to list. Then I'll list your stuff. So just
right. Yeah, it's the last pull.
Exactly. I need some sort of strategy because I look at it and I'm just like, where do I start? You know.
Christy Lee is asking, how much do you need to sell to go full time? She wants to make the jump, but she's nervous.
I think that's what my answer to that question doesn't apply to Derek. Just like we talked before, just like your business model, you know.
Yeah,
it's different for everybody. You know, it depends on what your income requirements are.
Exactly.
You know?
I would say, what's the lowest amount of money that you can consider making per month to like supplement your household, and then make that your goal.
Right. And one thing that's I've heard some people say, and it makes a lot of sense. Don't get hung up on how many items you list today. I think maybe it was Tommy Bernhard made this comment in the chat. List, if you're sitting down, you know, worried about how much you're going to bring in and stuff like that, list a certain net profit, you know, a certain amount of money in a given day. Instead of saying, I'm going to sit down and list 100. I can list 100 items and have $3 in net profit.
Right.
You know? But, you know, everybody's income requirements are different. So it's hard to say if you're going to go full time, you need to have 100 items listed, 1,000 items listed. so there's so many variables that play into that, you know.
Yep.
And with the items, it's money aspect too. Now you could do 200 or $2 a piece, or you could do 200 pieces that are 150 to $300 each also.
Right.
So
yeah, I think the key is obviously you can't have all home runs in your store because, you know, high dollar items aren't going to typically sell as fast as those what people call bread and butter. You know,
right.
But I think bread and butter also brings traffic to your site and builds momentum.
Yep.
It's hard to ignore those smaller items, but I think the key is to try and get that average sales price to creep up. The higher your average sales price is, the lower number of items you have to keep in stock.
And that's primarily what I focus on from month to month is I try to raise that average sale price, even if it's by $1, you know. I like to see that average sale price number go up.
Yeah, and you can calculate that from your back end reports. And
yep.
I don't think it provides you that number. eBay doesn't provide you that number directly, does it? I don't think it does.
There is. Where do I check it?
I think didn't you have it on? You had it on your Anthony. You had it on your page,
what
didn't
was
you?
the exact number you were looking for?
Just like the average sale price, is that in your is that in the like the sales report? In there a sales report?
Let me check. I'll share it.
I check it every month, but now without being in front of the machine, I can't remember.
Right. Yeah, I think the key, Kelly says, you got to know your numbers. You got to know what your requirements are. I mean, it's a lot. Like I said, a lot of variables play into account there. Are you in a situation where, and I'm not saying this is a bad situation, some people live in apartments and don't have a lot of room. Mm-hmm. Some people have a full warehouse to work with. Some people have a spare bedroom they're working out of. So you got to consider a lot of things. Is, you know, how much can I support from a space perspective? What are my income requirements? You know, just a lot of items. I don't think there's a canned answer for how many items or how much. You know, you just got to kind of figure a rough estimate. We always try and figure that we're going to make a third of what something sells for is going to be our, you know, income.
Yep. The same thing when I worked at the restaurant. You have to know your numbers there. You always do 0.33 of the asking, so you know what you're paying for.
Right.
Sometimes food, everything. You have to have that all numbers all set up.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's a way to tell your average sale, but I can't find it.
I think I don't know if it calculated for you. I think I'll grab the there's a list of all your sales line by line. It tells you how many items sold and what that total was. I think I divide that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense too. And I don't math well, so sorry guys. But I have one more.
There is an actual spot that'll.
There's what?
There is an actual spot that tells you what your average sales prices, and you know it might actually be in my It might be in my GoDaddy is where I see it.
Okay, yeah, I can see GoDaddy because it's gonna have all that in there. That may be. Lisa C's got a good point. It also plays into account how much of a bankroll do you have to spend on inventory to source with. You know, there's just so many things. It's hard to say. It's just like these other things we've talked about that what works for me may not work for Anthony. What works for Anthony may not work for Lisa. You know, it's just everybody's different.
Yeah, I try to keep at least $100 to $200 set aside for sourcing each week. And that's money that I'm currently turning over and flipping. So that way I get it back in addition to whatever I need to like pay myself for the week. But it's always different. Like, for example, I started my business just cleaning out my basement and going to the flea market. And that's how I started the cash flow going because I was cash poor when I started the business. So it's just one of those things, whether you have cash or not, everybody has items just sitting around their house collecting dust that have a cash value associated to them. So, I mean, it's better if you have a decent cash flow starting out, but if you don't, you know, like for me, like I don't have the best of credit. So like I can't go and get low interest credit cards or anything like that to kind of help fund like RA or anything like that. So I literally just started from the ground up selling stuff that was in my basement I wasn't using.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can always watch, you know, like the Craigslist free spot. You know, don't be ashamed. I'd go dig in them rummage sale leftovers on Sunday evening that are sitting by the curb. You know, you can find things.
Yep. Craig has a good video on that, actually, going through the free spot of Craigslist. Even gets like emails sent to him every time something's posted.
Yep.
Want to welcome in the king of confetti, Mr. Todd.
What's going on, Todd?
Hey, Todd.
Morning, Todd.
Todd comes in with a splash.
I have one more point I kind of wanted to give to Christy, too. Before you go full-time, you said you work in retail. Definitely, and this is something we keep touching on every morning, work them relationships you have there through retail, because you'll be able to set yourself up for better deals going forward, like as far as like RA, clearance buys, anything like that. That's one thing I try to do every time I'm in stores that I know go on clearance. I try to make relationships with employees or managers or whatnot. But since you're an insider right now, definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's amazing that we come back to relationships every time we talk.
Yep.
Something tells me that that's important.
Yeah.
If it wasn't important, we wouldn't end up on that topic every morning.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Exactly. Justin Jacobs just dropped in. Hey, Justin. Rebecca's saying, sign up for free storage units. That's what she did. I got the 4 10x40s full for free.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Drop the knowledge on that. Free storage units.
I was going to say, where do you get that plug?
That's probably ours. She's in Wisconsin. Isn't she in Wisconsin?
No, she's right.
Yeah, she's not that.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Okay, I knew she was up that way.
She's our neighbor.
I knew she was up that way. I couldn't remember if it was Wisconsin or Minnesota.
Where do you sign up for a free storage unit? Like, I need to get up on that.
My first guess would be freestorageunits.com, but I doubt that's it.
Because we have our storage unit ourselves, and I'm really surprised that I know the gentleman that runs ours. I have a link with him where if something does come up that needs to get cleaned out, I'm his first call. So that he already told me that too. If I get one, I can get over there and take my time cleaning it out, and then use it for a little while, and then when he's ready to have somebody come in and he needs a spot, boom, there you go. So,
good deal.
He's only got 60 spots. But still, 60 spots. If you have 2 or 3 that drop out a month, you can grab stuff out of it. Let's go.
Sure. Rosie's Closet, welcome in. Good morning.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Yeah, I know she missed the auction the other night. She left a message, and she was so upset that she was interested in that piece that Tommy and Destiny had. If we find something else like that, we'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I come across stuff like that all the time. I just don't usually pick it up because I don't know anything about that stuff.
Wow. Rebecca says, call the store, ask them to get on the list for the ones that get sold and not picked up. They just want somebody to clean them out, it sounds like.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's a great thing I never even thought to do.
Yeah, right.
Rebecca, do a video on it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great deal. How to get free storage units from auctions.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Rebecca.
I think that'd be a good video.
Good content, Rebecca. Good content.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Jump on it. Storage unit stuff is good content, and just push the free thing. I think that'd be good.
Yeah. I would totally be doing storage units right now if I had a little bit more help.
Yeah,
I was trying to help a friend of mine who was kind of down on his luck. And I was kind of hiring him out to do some heavy lifting and stuff for me, but he ended up relapsing and went back to jail. So right now I'm light on, helping that department. But I would totally be doing it if I could.
Nice. Now, Flippin' Particles D saying that she just got a threatening letter from someone claiming a book she's selling is counterfeit. She thinks it's BS, but they just don't want anyone else selling it. Just keep an eye. Was it an actual letter? If it's an actual letter, you can go to the police on that one, but that's harassment. You can't be sending threatened letters to people.
I know D sells on Amazon. D, was it an Amazon sale or item, or was it eBay or what? 'Cause there are some textbooks that are that they're gating people on, and there's a lot of not overseas, international textbooks. They're a little bit different. I'm not sure.
That's incredible. Rebecca said that so far in those free units, she's found $8,500, and she's made $9,000 on eBay. That's awesome right there.
Wow.
Definitely need to see some videos on those. I would totally watch those and glean whatever info you have to give.
Yeah. This time it's
I want to know why Destiny and Rebecca talk almost on a daily basis. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
Wow. That's a good find. Good job, Rebecca.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that keep going. It's that if everybody was in this business, if you never found that decent sized home run or that that grand slam, what would keep you interested in the business? I'm sure we enjoy reselling. I'm sure we enjoy packing orders, but I think we're all in this business because at some point we found a home run.
Yeah.
Well, Glenn just chopped in. Good morning, Glenn.
Yep.
And, Todd's asking, how about those shipping dimension changes? Definitely made me learn.
Yeah,
for sure.
I go back. I'm debating on going. I've never done calculated. I went calculated on some of my larger like VCR DVD combos at one point. I just don't like calculated because I have to give a rough estimate of weight and dimensions on an item. I also don't like listing, and that just adds time to my listing.
I do calculate on everything.
Really?
And it's a pain sometimes, but I like to make sure I don't end up like into the post office and finding out that I just paid to give somebody something.
Yeah. Do you pre-pack your stuff in boxes, or you leave it on shelves and then pack it when the order comes in?
I pack it whenever the order comes.
I've heard of people pre-boxing stuff.
I've seen a lot of videos where people do that. I feel like it would be even harder for me to find stuff that was pre-packaged because then everything would just look the same.
Yeah, and you'd have to have a label or some marking on it or something. Then you got to really
know what it is. Yep.
I use these decent size totes. I've got some of the clear ones. I don't have but like 10 totes, and I just got a tote number or a bin number and pull from there.
What's up, Shad Juice?
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
You get some great video games, man. I love watching your yard sale pickups.
Yeah. He says he boxes up some of his bigger items. I almost did that with some of my VCR combos because it really doesn't take up that much more room. But I'm buying a box from Staples to ship them in, and they're like $2 a piece. I decided not to go that route. And I've got too many of them that aren't listed right now.
That's a good point Lisa C makes. She says she doesn't pre-package in case she gets a question on an item and she has to look at it.
Right.
True. Very good point.
Like Craig said yesterday in the past couple of days, it's what works for you.
Yeah.
It could work for Craig. It could work for Anthony, but it might not work for me. With me, I can't package small cars up because I need to know which car it is. So,
right.
Justin's asking me how I do my dimensions and weight. I just grab a tape measure for the dimensions, and then I have 3 scales over here. I got one for bigger items. That is technically one I just stole from Ashley. It's like her bathroom scale. And then I actually have 2 down here I stole from Ashley. This is her kitchen scale too. That's for smaller items. And then for anything under a pound, I use this because it's very accurate. I actually found this in the Goodwill bins and I was just going to resell it. But honestly, I like it. So I've just kind of kept it for really small items.
I've been using, when I first got started, I bought one of the little small postage scales. Has a little plastic, little lid, a round thing you put on top of it. I only paid like $40, and it did well, but it only went up to like 10 pounds. And I started getting some larger things, and I bought some stuff at an auction. In the bottom of a box, I found one of the good sized flat scales with a digital display, literally based on the stuff I bought at the auction, I paid like pennies for it, and I've been using it for 2 years, almost 2 years now. It's been
Justin
great.
said, not knowing what you may have to ship it in. I kind of already have an idea in my mind what I'm going to ship each item in whenever I'm processing it. It's just from doing it over time and knowing, pretty much how you're going to do it going forward. I essentially just would add the weight of a box in on it, or the weight of a mailer, or whatever I'm going to be shipping it in. So I just guess from that point on.
And I think the key to that is having that good stock of eBay branded or poly mailers, or where you're working with a standard set of tools. You're not and again, I'm not bashing going dumpster diving for for boxes or anything like that, but when you're working with a standard set of tools, you can make those estimates on your shipping without really worrying about it. I've shipped 120 items in this thing before, in the past. I know exactly what it weighs. I know it's 8x6x4, and I know that this item will fit in that. And additional bubble wrap is not going to weigh it down much.
When all else fails, just round up. That's what I do, just to make sure I'm not caught off guard by, a higher price.
Right. I've always done fixed price shipping on most of my stuff. And I've had a couple items where I've had to pay a little extra for shipping, but in the end it ends up being a wash typically, because there's some items where I'll charge my flat rate for first class is $4.99. Obviously I'm shipping things at $3, $3.50, in that range. So I'm making a couple of dollars, but in the end it's a wash, because there's some items I'll ship at whatever the highest rate is, the 5 1/4, whatever it is now. So
Todd says 18 by 18 by 16 is what he's shipping his VCR DVD combos in, 8 to 9 pounds.
Yeah, I think that's rough. I think I use big bubble wrap on mine. I think I'm using a 20 by 16 by something that's got multiple scores in it, and I cut all the additional off. But yeah, it ends up being about that. I had some trouble getting mine into an 18 wide, but I wrap mine well. It's just a force of habit. I wrap them multiple times both ways with the big bubble, and ends up adding, because theoretically you're supposed to have 2 inches of void fill around an item, or in all dimensions at least.
Nice.
Justin, if you're getting them for free, that's a great idea. But you might get them cheaper getting them online, and you can actually get them for free if you still have an eBay store credit.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, it's 12 minutes of 11 or 10 your time. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna end it. It's up to you guys if you want to go a little more after 11 my time, or do you want to just keep on going?
I'm whatever y'all want to do. I got plenty to do.
Fine either way too.
Okay. All right.
So I know we mentioned before, but I know we've got some content creators in the chat. I always like to pick an odd number and let everybody put a number in, so everybody trying to put in links and everything. Derek, I assume you're cool with this, but how about the number 73? If you're a content creator and you put out videos, go ahead and drop that in the chat so people can click on your 3 dots next to your post and go check out your channel. I know on my channel, and I'm sure these other guys are the same way, we don't mind you promoting yourself because we've all had help getting to where we are. And I think it's a community that helps us get places. So go check these guys out that are putting 73 in. I'm sure they'd love some traffic to their channels. And the best way, and I know I've mentioned it before, some people are monetized, some are not. But overall, the best way you can support a channel is by watching their content.
You have a good day, Todd. Thank you for coming in.
See you, man.
You guys definitely want to check out Todd's channel. He's awesome.
Yeah, Todd's
sure.
a lot of fun. And I think I hope he gets a bigger crowd. He's kind of dropped back on the number of lives he's doing, but he's so much fun to be in. He's so high energy.
Yep.
I think it's going to be even better because he's not doing so many at some point,
Yeah, for sure. And he definitely is a hustler too. He works hard. I give him props for that.
If you get, Mo's asking, if you get good to cancel promotion listings, are they still free after the promotion ends?
That's a good question. Now if the goods are canceled, I've never gone over my allotment of free listings with my monthly plans. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, me neither. So
Yeah, I'm not real sure either because I always have more listings than what the 1,000 I'm supposed to have is. So I'm sure I probably get charged at some point. That's probably their strategy behind giving away extra listings is so that they make a little extra money off you.
They'll give it to you free for the first 30 days, and then you pay for it each additional month that it sell. Yeah, and nameless picker, that's Eric. Eric's got a great channel as well. I see some problem with make Eric a moderator if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Eric, nameless picker, a lot of good knowledge there. I've known Eric for a handful of years. Yeah, he says no. You start paying for them, and I think Anthony's right. I think they've really thought that out, and then they're going to give you listings. If you got something that doesn't sell for 2 months, they're going to get that listing fee theoretically out of you the next month.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, Eric always comes by some really cool vintage electronics when he does his goes into his storage auctions and everything. So
he's big into auctions. He and Jason Banana Finds do a lot of auction stuff, and they pull some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because the other day I was watching them, and they're like, Eric grabbed something. He goes, "Wait a minute, I didn't see that, and I was in the same storage auction." Because would you hide that from me? Come on. It'd be kind of hard to hide anything from you two, you know. But so
Eric is big into all.
Yeah.
Eric sells a lot of paper. It's really amazing. It reminded me of Destiny and Tommy. You know, they store all their clothing in filing cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
Eric sells a lot of paper, and he can have just thousands of things in a filing cabinet and just be hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of inventory.
Right.
He takes awesome 3 feet squared, and that's it.
Yeah,
he loves ephemera.
Works out real well. It keeps everything organized, super easy to find. We love the filing cabinet idea.
So that's still working out good for you, Tommy?
Yeah, we love it. I mean, we used to do the tote thing, and we just, we'd have the clothes in the tote, and when we get a sale, we have to go dig through the tote and make sure it's matched up. But now we poly bag it and give it a item number that even after, if we end it and relist it, this number will follow it through. So now when we get it, it's just, okay, it's in drawer filing cabinet 12, and then it's got this SKU number on it. So it's like boom, 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 can pull it.
I would, just like we were talking to Rebecca about the storage unit. I don't know if you were on or you were off a little bit. Rebecca with her with the storage unit. I would do a video on that. I think it's a very good idea. And I've seen some very good videos. Who is it? Tracy, Uniquely Me, did one on using the IKEA zip-up bags for storage. She started using those for storage. I think it'll get good views. I would do it doesn't have to be an extensive video, but I think people would watch that.
Yeah, I could do that because we have our whole inventory system like that. Our shelf locations are numbered, and yeah, I could throw a video together on that.
I think that'd be good because I'm sure a lot of content. One good thing is so many people use bins, and if you're stacking bins up, the whole idea with using things like that is you want to be able to go vertical, and with the filing cabinet, you're getting vertical, but you're not having to unstack everything. If you need something out of the third bin from the bottom,
and we started with the totes, and we had the totes numbered. We had the same. I did it the same way as we did it with the bins, but you start shuffling your totes around. You get a tote full of jeans, that gets to be heavy, constantly moving them up and down. And it seemed like every sale I had was on the bottom of the stack of 5.
Exactly. Well, you are, and you are getting older, so I'm sure it's not as good on your back.
So now I'm all about that. Work smarter, not harder.
That's it, my buddy. That's it.
I can't decide on whether to take this offer or not. I'll make money on it. It was a TI 84 Plus Silver Edition. Mm-hmm. It had a couple little dark spots on the screen. They weren't like the bleeding ones, ones where the LED or the LCD will bleed.
Right.
It was just like a shadow. I paid $1.99 for it. I had it listed for $49. Got an offer of $20.
Take a chat poll. See what these think.
What do y'all think? Here it is. I'll show it up on the thing.
Now, Tommy, look at that. Look at the video. Look what that is.
But the one that was at the flea market, man, the battery was missing the back battery cover. There was a crack along the side of the case with a chunk out of it.
Yeah.
It's tough to sell them without the back battery cover. I've had good luck even just cleaning the corrosion off of them if they're corroded. But this one, I'll get $20 with it having it's got a couple of, I don't know how well you can see it in the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of dark spots on it. And sometimes you can pick those up. And if you try and turn them on, it doesn't look like they turn on. It has a brightness. I've had one before that looked dead. And there's a way you can reset the LCD, but you can also turn the brightness up. I sat there and turned the brightness up, and it came on. I got it like 99 cents.
Nice. Yours was set, what, $7, Tommy, right?
Yeah, I'm in a bad traffic area, so I try to mute. Yeah, he wanted 7 for
it. I think with a missing battery cover and in rough shape like it sounded, that may have been a little much in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they sell. They usually sell. This is one of the items I listed yesterday.
Oh, you listed? Okay, because Lisa C just asked how long has it been listed. Yeah.
I just listed this one last night.
So
I had it at 49. I think I saw some souls with bad things in it in the $40 range. I'm probably going to counter with, say, maybe 39, which is $10 off. Still reasonable. And I've got $4.99 shipping on it. It's got the name. It's got the name etched on it on the back. It'll sell eventually. It works.
I'm not here because that's hot.
like I said, right now those are tough. But once you get towards August, that's when they start flying out the door.
When Valerie, the chick picker, did I don't know if she still does it or not. They did their listing challenge. You know, they would go through and you had to list an item the same day as the challenge, and anytime something sold during the day, that specific day, then you got a point, and you got a point where everybody was holding up their calculators and their Polaroid cameras because you would listen and they would sell just like that.
Right.
I think I'm gonna come off at 39.
Those Polaroids are always a nice find, man, because those sell so fast.
They've slowed down though.
Yeah, I have several that I haven't moved yet.
The whatever the name of that company is,
Retrospect.
Or they stopped buying the generic the general models.
They want the higher end models.
Yeah, I think I'm countering at $39.99. See what happens.
Yeah,
it'll sell. I need the money, but if they come back with 34, somewhere in the 30s, I'll take it.
Was it on the right side of the volcano?
So, Tommy, Destiny's still waiting to go back to see the doctor. So, just so you know.
There's 24 including shipping. Yeah, that's gone down because the last ones I sold to Retrospect, I was getting like 28 free shipping. You know, and they ship at they're a little over a pound, so you're gonna have to go priority. All the ones I've shipped have gone priority. I've passed on a couple of them at either $3.99 or $4.99 buying them.
Yeah. I mean, I bought mine for $2, and it is one of the I wouldn't say rare, but it's one of the oddball ones. It's the pink. It's the pink one of the
limited edition one that you got.
Yeah.
So
the pink one they make. The pink one, the red one. There's a Barbie one, I think.
Yep.
I would still pick up those style, the non-main. I hate to say non-mainstream, but that's the best word I know to use. You know, the ones that weren't produced as much.
Right. Well, when I saw it and I saw the red, I'm like, "Ooh, there you go! I know what this is." And I popped it open. I'm like, it's perfect. Everything's there with the strap. Let's go.
I've got one. I actually got one over there that I've got listed on Facebook that I'm supposed to meet somebody as soon as they reply. Like I had 27 on Facebook. With 27 without fees and just meeting somebody a couple minutes down the road wouldn't be bad.
Right.
For sure.
I know Eric saying the yellow contractor one is good.
and that's the one, a lot of these, I worked in an insurance company and these things, I worked in the mail and supply area, and I had to, this has been back in the early 90s. All of our adjusters went out there with Polaroid cameras. I had just rows and rows of film, but I think that's what, the yellow ones are probably used by contractors going out to job sites, taking pictures.
Mm-hmm. It was a little more sturdy. I almost had like a rubber coating on it.
I think you're right.
It was like that Wilson radio that Tommy sold on Monday night. That was a waterproof one, but it was made by Wilson. I had no Wilson for baseball gloves and stuff like that, but this is a radio.
I know they made electronics. Is that Wilson? Is that Wilson like the service merchandise? No, Wilson.
No, Wilson, like baseball gloves. Wilson baseball.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. Kelly, they stopped buying. I don't know if their site, because you can actually sell them. You can actually sell them to them on their website. I don't know if they've stopped taking certain ones, because you can actually hoard them up and send them so many at a time. But if you do it that way, I think they give you half up front and half upon receipt. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. $12, and the next you get 14 or whatever in your account. Yeah.
Right.
Just hop on the slip shoot.
Well, it's one pass, guys. We can keep on going, or we can stop it here. We can do our wonderful last minute momentum, and we can see. And like I said, tomorrow will be on Mr. Tommy's channel, The Bargain Effects. Hopefully he's not on the road tomorrow. He can do it right from home. He'll be back in the dungeon.
Yeah. Definitely go subscribe to him, guys, though, so you can watch our show tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be at home tomorrow. I won't have to deal with all this noise, man. It seems like every 30 seconds I got an airplane or a semi going by.
Good morning, Joanna. Sorry you jumped in late. Be sure you go back and watch from the beginning. But I say we go ahead and say our last words. It looks like we're on the downswing.
Yep. So, Mr. Anthony, you're up, my man.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate everyone being here. And like I said, make sure you subscribe to Tommy so you can see the show tomorrow. But just go out there and do as much as you can. Don't get down on yourself if you don't have a whole bunch of listings. You don't have a whole lot of sales, because every bit of work you put into it, that means there's going to be money flowing into your pockets. So every little bit counts, guys.
Good point. Very good.
Mr. Tommy, you are up.
Where did you guys go?
Yeah, just everybody, thanks for coming in. I'm going to get the show scheduled so you can set a reminder so you don't miss us tomorrow. And as far as your hustle, there ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, good one.
Mr. LSP.
I think I'm gonna go a little bit different today. Don't try and compare yourself to other people, because like I've said multiple times, just because it works for somebody else doesn't mean it works for you. Don't try and compare that you're taking out so many packages, these other people are taking out hundreds. Do what's best for you, and make it work. So,
all right, guys, like mine, like I say, always be positive. Don't forget to subscribe to all of everybody that is on the panel, in the chat, and like I said, each day brings a new plan in life. You have to go with the roller coaster of life. So if it's a positive day, keep it positive. If it's a negative, try to find something that's positive about the day. There's always something that's good in life. And we're going to end the show today. And this is NASCAR Man 3345. Don't forget to go and see Tommy on his channel, The Bargain Effects. More toys, more fun. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Laters.